theoretical extra ball. The hell's up with that?
I don't know.
We're going on to Prion Terraces.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
someone
are.
there knows.
From the different districts, we'll ask. We'll see if we can get the Hunger Games over quickly, and then we'll go canvassing the neighborhood.
Oh, we got Kero versus TheOne.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah.
I think it is TheOne, though.
Oh, it's clearly
I think
Theo.
you might be right about that.
Theo from New England.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Cheers. See, Cheers is in New England.
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, in the bottom right-ish corner of the map, we have TheOne.
And up here on the top left, if we were at Cheers, everyone would know his name, but it is Kero.
Yes, it is. Too bad we're not.
No, we're not there.
And very few people know his name. Ooh, is he going to go for a hatch first to the gold? I believe he is. He's going to the not normal gold, though.
Yeah.
So might be trying to trick his opponent out
gold.
here. Of course, on Prion Terraces, there are 2 potential golds you can choose.
Yeah.
Very Zerg-favored map, I would say.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, TheOne is going for that Reaper opening. Pretty standard in ZVT. We'll see what he does, though, once he scouts his opponent's fast gold, or potentially doesn't scout it and freaks out.
May not know what's going on. And we'll see how quickly he then takes his real natural.
Yes.
Or whether he opts not to there. Of course, the pool coming on down.
So we did see the no regret opening, which is hatch gas pool.
Yeah.
We'll see if this is followed up with a no regret Ling Bane bust and a no regret no control group select all army victory.
Yeah. The no regret F2.
Yes.
Failed.
As it's affectionately called.
Yeah.
By everyone who is killed by it.
Yes.
Which is quite a bit of people.
It happens.
Myself.
I hear that's why Hart retired.
I think that might be it.
Yeah.
That one cuts a little close to the bone, doesn't it?
Does a little bit. Yeah.
As close as 25 Zerglings and 5 Banelings breaking through your front door.
Way too many that just never end.
It really doesn't.
No, it just never ends. And
we do see it looks like 8 drones being transferred over to that gold base, and it is going to be very worthwhile very quickly.
Yeah, Reaper here from TheOne, or from Theo coming in. We'll get in to scout the main here in a little bit using the old Reaper staircase.
This is actually quite a big mistake from Kero. He did not start his queens for a long time.
That's very true.
So this one Reaper is going to have a long time to do damage. Already taking down 1 drone, forcing a score for another. We could see a lot more drones going down, and he's going to see that there's so few drones.
Yeah, that's going to be weird.
Wow, almost taking quite a bit of damage on that Reaper.
Yeah, we'll back away, back down the Reaper staircase. The one thing that may work out a little for him if he can tie the Reaper up this much is that he won't realize that the natural's not there. But if he is coming down, then obviously he'll be able to check that out.
Ooh, does
the queen actually coming towards him?
Yeah, hop that queen forward. Looks like there was no cancel on the spore crawler. That is not exactly ideal.
Yeah. The Ling trying to poke at the front here also sees that there's no base on the Terran side of things.
There's a command center in the main.
It's
might
starting,
be,
it's about halfway down.
Yeah, but not done. And we do see that Baneley nest, so it is going to be a variant, a little bit slower, I'd say, but a variant of the no regret build. No regrets, as I prefer to call it, because you have no regrets after they leave the game. Yeah. Or use some sort of expletive to describe any member of your family, which is common.
This creep looks a little patchy.
It does. Looks like he can't quite grow in a full creep.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna call it Salil creep.
Really, I figured you would have called it steadfast creep.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
Salil can actually grow a very impressive full beard, but me myself, I am not capable of such feats.
Well, soon. Puberty you hit for you eventually.
The
Banelings will now hit. Maybe there's kind of not
thinking about it.
Not the backup with them, because them going in by themselves, that's not really anything.
That's a disaster to just use them for free. Oh, that drone does kind of just dance in the air. Third base going down and more Lings coming out, but still hasn't. Oh, he's busting the ramp now.
Yep.
Looks like he is.
Oh,
Oh, wow. He
just a
lifted
hole.
the barracks.
Just a
that
hole.
is unfortunate timing.
Oh, that was also
the
unfortunate.
carnage. Oh, no, and there's still 2 more Banelings.
What is happening?
Oh, my goodness. Just terrible time for the one.
Oh,
the Banelings.
I think this game has ended. I think this game has ended.
Let's see if there's a traditional no regret follow-up.
This Banshee trying to clean things up. There is no answer for that.
There is
Luckily,
no answer
there
for
was
it.
an accidentally built Spore Crawler in the main.
Ah, yes. Thinking ahead. Oh, we do see the GG come out.
Yeah,
Very mannered
Kero
player.
taking that one.
None of
Pretty good.
No ladder player that I've faced.
No, it is true. I mean, I can understand what potentially went wrong there. Like
Everything.
when you see
Everything went wrong.
when
there.
you see Banelings coming in like that and you're trying to run your workers away, I know that a lot of people think, yeah, I should split these, right? But not in
into
two.
the Banelings.
Not in
yes.
two. It's sacrificed
2
half.
equally large groups.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
10 or more workers.
Yeah, no. But whatever.
But I think another thing that we can maybe go back to is lifting the barracks.
Yes.
That's another thing you probably don't want to do.
Yep.
For anyone out there who's
a hard
maybe
one.
new to the game,
It's a hard call.
you might be thinking, oh, these Banelings, they do damage to buildings. I know. I'll lift my buildings out of the way.
Because they don't shoot up.
Because they don't shoot up.
Can't
and
jump.
Banshees, those can shoot down, and the Banelings also can't shoot up. However,
Yes,
SCVs are ground units.
they are.
They can be hit by Banelings.
They especially
As I just learned.
especially if you walk them towards
Into the Banelings.
towards
yes.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So learning experience there for potentially the one.
Yeah, you live, you learn. It's a new expansion.
It is.
It's not like any of those were units.
No, the Banelings
before
were
now.
never made before.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So we're gonna go, I guess, into game number 2, and you've got to think from the Reaper control, and it was true, kind of, that because of how almost successful the Reaper was,
Yes.
he never got to go look around at anything else.
Yeah.
And so he probably thought everything's
Hunky-dory.
fine.
Yeah.
And
We are going to be having
Yep.
game number 2.
Yep.
On the
Even though
Dusky
that says
Towers.
1, it's Dusk Towers.
It's the game
two.
1 of Dusk Towers of
It
this
is.
series.
The 2 towers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where the 2 comes in.
Yeah.
I liked that movie.
Yes.
Lord of the Rings. Christopher Lee was amazing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
So spawning up
I prefer Jet Li.
in the right position of Dusk Towers. It is TheOne.
He's my hero.
Can he keep his barracks down this time?
And down here, on the bottom right-hand side of the map, up 1-0 in this series, he is Kero.
Yes, he is. And it looks like no gold base on this map.
No.
So he is just going to be taking that 14 hatch at his natural expansion. Going up for 2 more drones. Could be seeing, could be seeing potentially some gas. Follow this up, and then another pool. And you know what? We may just be seeing some no regret style once again.
We might.
I would like to see that.
Exactly.
Because I am sadistic, and I like to watch SCVs be blown vertically and into many pieces by acid. That's violent, isn't it?
A little bit.
Should I talk to someone about that? Yeah.
Maybe their union. I assume they have one.
Judging by what happened last game, I'm going to
Yeah.
assume they don't,
No.
actually. Otherwise, those are unsafe work
Those
conditions,
are
aren't
massive layoffs being done there.
they? Yeah.
Yeah, the wall here at front, I bet that this barracks won't move as much this time.
I hope not.
No, one would hope. Move it down to the natural here is TheOne. Going to start the command center in place in just a moment, I
Yeah.
would imagine. There we go.
We are actually seeing gasless from Kero so far, so going to be getting double queen, probably go up to 4 queens, and maybe double gas a little bit later. But yeah, for now, just going for some early queen production. No Lings yet to deal with these Reapers, to zone them away, but it is going to actually be a Marine follow-up after the first Reaper. So not going to be a second Reaper. Might be able to deal with that with just queens.
Yep.
Ooh, this might be a fast third hatch even. Yes, it will.
Indeed it is.
That's not something you see commonly against Terran, but if you can get away with it, it can really put you in a good position. Get that creep spread going.
Yeah, Reaper does come in here now. There is the queen out to attempt to push it away.
Nice grenade. Ooh, dodges that with all but 2 drones. That's a good pull away from Kero. And yeah, that Reaper is going to be chased away. Overlord, ooh, he might lose this in the main. This is actually, that's not ideal. Does scout the factory, but that's pretty standard and definitely not worth losing your life. What would be worth seeing is that 2 racks follow-up that he is not going to see.
No.
So we could be seeing some kind of 2-base, stim, 3 racks, marine, medevac timing.
There's a lot of words.
Yes,
we would probably see something like that.
Potentially combat shields. It's usually you want stim because with the medevacs you're going to be able to heal up those marines. You're going to be able to focus things down a lot more. Sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes you can get that double drop in, snipe the pool down before enough lings are out, and just win the game from there.
That definitely, there's a lot riding on that pool.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
That's often the case. The Roach Warren is coming down here, though, as well.
And double Evo.
Yep.
So we could potentially see, yeah, looks like it's missile upgrades. So may go for some sort of Roach Ravager combination. Solar made that look very powerful against TY, the Pro League mastermind and Legacy of the Void unbeliever, I'll call him, because he did not believe that Legacy of the Void needs to be played as a new expansion just yet. He was playing it very much like HOTS.
Yeah. I find there is a lot of that.
Yeah.
That happens.
Especially with these mechanical monsters from Korea.
Yeah.
It's understandable. They know what they know, and they are thrust into competitive tournaments right away. You got to do what you got to do to try and win.
Yeah.
So it's better to do a well-executed build that's a little outdated than a poorly thought-out build that is brand new and incorporates new units, usually. But speaking of builds, we do see double reactor on both Starport and Starport and Factory. So yeah, we're gonna see Widow Mines as well as these Marines. Oh, looks like it's gonna be a Marine mine drop.
Yeah, there are roaches moving across. He's actually going to see them here, as well as seeing the drop, of course. Roaches coming all the way across. He's going to have to unload on this end of things.
This could be kind of good for the1, though. He's got quite a few army units, and they can't see up the ramp.
No.
Already taking quite a bit of damage for free there. 1 Marine does go down, but losing 2 roaches and taking quite a bit of damage on 2 more.
Yeah,
that's not exactly
decide what to do. And this is the type of thing that would be a bit more effective had the natural been out here.
Oh, there's a Widow Mine back there in the back. Gets a big shot. And doing quite a bit of damage. Already several of those roaches being cleaned up. And it looks like this attack is going to be shoved away. The1, still more roaches coming, but I think with a Marauder joining the fight. Oh, nice micro.
Yeah.
Pulls forward. Wow, actually manages to get some splash damage. But with those medevacs, just 4 roaches left, I think the1 has this advantage.
Yeah, definitely is the case, but this is buying him a lot of time for the aggression that the1 was attempting to do. So he is preparing at home here a little bit, getting some banelings, getting more roaches out, which are now going to stay at home, although those 3 are still going to wander off.
He actually was behind in workers up until this point, building 7 more. But, yeah, choosing to go for those early army units did put him a little bit behind in workers. But now, 2 free Widow Mines right there. And the1's army is not very big. 3 medevacs is nice, but roaches can kind of just one-shot Marines. So can't heal if you're already dead.
Yep, very true.
And a ton more roaches coming in down. Still droning behind it, but this is a rather large roach force. Another Marine does get picked off right there. And the1 might be a little bit hard-pressed to hold here.
Yeah, really pushing through here. The Baneling's definitely going to help this out. It's going to be harder to actually take a stand. The Banelings now get in front allowing the Roaches to get closer.
Ooh,
nice big
big
hits there
connections.
as well, as the Roaches just decide to ignore and basically go after this open door yet again.
And the one kind of struggling to spend his money. If that was all in army units, he would easily hold this off, I think.
Oh,
But
yes.
as everyone who's ever played StarCraft knows, macro is extremely difficult. To do everything at once is not easy. Does have a nice medevac count, but unfortunately, his medevac count is about equal to his bio count.
Yeah, he's now throwing down 4 more racks at the same time here. I find that that's a symptom that's certainly very common in Legacy right now. Your economy starts off so much better,
Yes, yeah.
but you still have a hard time affording the initial buildings.
Yeah.
So then when it kicks in, you're not really ready for that to take over.
Yeah. The other races kind of, particularly Protoss, had that thing they called the gateway explosion.
Yeah. Exactly.
And now you're starting to see other races kind of do that too. A very sharp powering phase where you see sometimes 4, 5 sets of production go down at once, and then all of a sudden you're just boom, full production. We are seeing stimming across the map. Very small force.
These overlords kind of hung here. Does cause a supply block, but will also stall out a little bit for these banelings to finish. The Lings trying to go sneak up on that side of the ramp. They wanted to surround here, but there is no speed. And will, I think, smartly pick up there as he was
he was starting to get pincered
pretty
trapped, hard, yeah. We do see the upgrades being heavily in favor of Kero. The one does have his 1-1 on the way, but 1-1 already done for melee missile, and +2 carapace done. Wow, look at that's quite a bit of hatcheries. He's got a 5 hatch on 3 base. Yeah, that's going to afford him a lot of production. The one though actually starting to take a supply lead. His army supply is quite ahead by almost 20.
Yeah, definitely is. 32
big
Lings, however, under production. Here comes with speed now kicking in.
Oh, speed on those Banes too. Widow Mines don't get the connections they need. They get those link. Actually, wow, Kero has not much left in terms of army.
Yeah, he will need
those
to
Banelings go down before they connect. And wow, all of a sudden the one has turned this around.
Yeah, he needed to wait for those Ling reinforcements that were about to stream in. Going with just the Banelings and off creep was not helping him out here. But this is a very overstimmed army.
You might be able to take these down before they morph, though. This is going to be really close if even 4 or 5 of those morph. Oh, and they connect. No, they don't. Oh, wow. The DPS of the army just protects him.
Yeah, just barely being taken out there. And now that the medevacs will come and repair this army a fair bit, healing them back to life. It will be hard to come back from this. 11 Roaches are what is being made, and that's not the type of army he needs at this moment. All these drones going down here at the 3rd base.
If he'd had about 2 more Banelings morphing,
yeah,
even just 1 connecting with that army, it was all in the red. It would have potentially all gone down. We do see these Roaches coming out.
Now able to target fire down some of the Marauders at least.
Big Widow Mine hits, though, on those Roaches, as well as just with the massive bio. And it looks like, wow, Kero does tap out. And we have our first tied series of the afternoon.
We do indeed. 1-1 here. And, yeah, that looks like it was going Kero's way in the mid game.
Yes.
Early on, it looked like he was throwing away a lot with those Roaches going across the map.
Yeah, really.
Constantly not really getting a lot done there. But, yeah, then fighting off creep with those Banelings, losing the Lings that he needed to actually provide cover for him was where it went backwards.
It was interesting to see because once the one got his production up, he was able to macro a lot more cleanly.
Yeah.
And got I think he was on 7 or 8 racks there at the end, and got the production he needed and was just able to kind of power through. Got some good Widow Mine shots on the Lings.
Yeah.
And that was a nice comeback from the one. I think he was behind for...
Yeah. Particularly, once the Roaches had broken into the base and everything, that was a tough area to... Had that aggression been able to continue, which fortunately for him, it couldn't.
Yeah.
It was a harder path to go under, but it was at that point that he decided to throw down a bunch more racks, and with that bank that he had going, which is basically like 1,300 of each, he was able to push back across.
Looks like we are going to be going into game number 3.